This isn't pertaining to urban survival, but it could be. Especially when, look, emotionally unstable people who are having a mental health crisis or an emotional event. I've certainly had emotional events where I get angry, I've been irrational. But how do you deal with emotionally unstable people, especially when they're emotionally unstable in an instance? One, don't elevate or escalate trying to deal with them because they are in a different neurological response. Tony Blauer, a good friend of mine, has this seminar, which I recommend, especially if you're looking to diversify your training, on knowing fear. It's KNOWING, knowing fear. Know to fear, no fear. When you know fear and you understand the mechanisms in yourself neurologically, that's translating to a physiological response, then you have control. You have an understanding of the symptoms. You could address the reality in real time as they happen, and they might compound themselves, leading to a snowball effect in the wrong direction, like downhill. So when I look at somebody who's emotionally unstable, the immediate reaction for me is escalate, because you're not going to get louder than me. You're not going to be the baddest dude in the room. And I'm not going to allow you to get to a point where you're violent or doing something weird. I have to remember that if somebody's you have to remember most certainly that if somebody's emotionally unstable, they're not in the right state of mind chemically. So they could be in a sympathetic nervous response where they're basically blacked out, narrowly focused, and they're in a fight or flight response. You yelling or escalating that could make that worse. The best thing to do is walk away. The best thing to do is avoid the circumstance and allow them to calm down, to get down neurologically so they're more rational, they're more logical. They're not in the reptilia brain. They're not in that lizard brain. That is the best course of action for dealing with an emotionally unstable person. With me, with people who I've known in this world who are emotionally unstable, I get the fuck away from them. I don't want to deal with them. And sorry for cussing. I'm trying to reduce the amount of cussing that I do because I want this to be able to be listened to by children. But get away from them.